Take some time to honor how far you have actually come. The month of July is bringing you such an important moment, my gorgeous Libra. I'm telling you this, you are literally going to have a mind-blowing reason to celebrate. That's exactly what is going to happen. You are going to have a mind-blowing reason to celebrate. So you need to understand, to give a credit to yourself where the credit is due. The fact that you will have a massive reason to celebrate, it's because you are gonna realize that not only you achieved something really, really great, something really big, but at the same time, this in itself, it's like going to be probably connected to the one of the biggest accomplishments of your whole life, of your whole spiritual journey. And that in itself means that it's not actually so much about this accomplishment. It's not actually so much about this celebration, how amazing you're gonna feel. And no, baby, no. You know what is all this about? This is all about you being able to make this absolutely giant step, a giant move. But you need to understand that you have to put your foot down, and you need to be as clear and you need to be as direct as you possibly can, because this is all part of it. Okay, you need to be clear and you need to be direct as much as you can, because almost as if someone who is very close to you, around you, it's going to try to put you off terribly from doing something that you know it's right, and from doing something that you're so passionate about, my gorgeous Libra. You need to understand that this is so important, that this is like, oh my God, what you're doing right now, it's going to change your life like for the better. And already in November 2023, it's going to be very, very big and very important month for you, because in November you are gonna be able to make a life-changing, like absolutely life-changing decision, which is gonna be consisting of you probably making this huge decision where you are gonna make an absolutely enormous change in your life. You will realize what massive change you need to do, you need to make. And this is a lot of you, this is consisting a lot of you understanding that you need to get back to something, or you need to get back somewhere where you were before. So much was going on in your life, so much was happening, you've been through so much within the last few years, and sometimes things can seem like more darker than they actually are, but this was all necessary for you to reach this level of understanding. You know, when it comes to your spirituality, you have elevated yourself quite a lot. So when it comes to your subconscious mind, trust me, you picked up on so much within the last few years, and it doesn't mean that it's like a failure or anything negative like that. No, baby, no. It's like completely opposite. When I say that you are gonna decide to return to something, you see, like many years ago, many years ago, you decided to start a certain change. That's to do with the change that you started many years ago. Okay, and you've been going through this, so now you gathered and you learned what you needed to learn karmically along the journey, along your path. So it doesn't matter if you decide to return to the life that you lived like kind of previously. It doesn't mean that you're a failure or anything else. It just means that now you gathered everything you needed to gather in terms of the actual experience, like, oh my God. And I'm talking about the experience, like a life experience that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life, forever. So it's like pretty much so like, oh my God. So on one hand, a fantastic achievement, but then on another hand, it's all gonna be leading down towards you, like really kind of returning to something. And I know that this may sound like completely like so complex and so confusing. And what can I say? Because July, it's going to have such a strong connection to the actual November 2023. And even if you don't understand what am I talking about right now, November, it's going to become absolutely obvious, because then it's about this decision. And all this is preparing you for what is actually going to be happening in November indeed, when you are going to make this absolutely enormous decision indeed. And I know that this is a reading for July. Of course I understand, but I'm just telling you that, an aspect of this sacred spiritual journey that I'm talking about, the month of July, it's number 7. This is a very sacred number. It's a very powerful number when it comes to signs, synchronicity, our guardian angels, and things like that. Number 11 is another big mama. Number 11, it's another powerful number. This is the connection I need you to understand. Number 7, it's all about spirituality. This is July. Number 7. And then again, number 11, it's all about your spiritual awakening. Do you get my drift? Do you see the powerful connection that this is actually this is actually having? So this is why this is going to be so important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And on another note, you do have a numbers like a 926. 926, I have seen these numbers before. My God, you had these numbers before. I'm sure you had these numbers before. 926, my gorgeous Libra. 926 and 9. I know that you had these numbers before. You had these numbers before. I know this. My moon is in Libra, and I do know this. I remember. And what this also means, that emotionally, oh my God, you're gonna feel so good. You're gonna feel so good. It's more about somebody who means to you so much. It's to do with a specific person in your life who means to you so much. There was something to do with that person. Not that you were worried about that person or anything like that, but it's to do with somebody who you are very much so strongly emotionally connected to, but you haven't seen this person in a long time. And it's like you finding out that you are gonna kind of reconnect with this person. This is gonna mean to you so much, and it's also going to change your months, your whole months, for the better. And bless your heart. This is purely to do with your feelings. It's purely to do with your emotions. This is gonna make you feel so good. But also on another note, once you reconnect with that particular person who mean to you so much, they are gonna give you such an amazing advice, because you're gonna find out that that person has done something so amazing when it comes to their life. That person has achieved something incredible, and you know that you love this person emotionally, you're connected to this person, but you're also really proud of what this person has done. But it's more about the advice that this person is gonna tell you, something really unusual advice, but you will know, because you trust this person so much and you feel such a powerful emotional connection with this person. You will know that there is something to it, and oh my God, there is gonna be so much to it. You will discover like a very interesting element about yourself that you would never kind of otherwise discover. And this is why and it's to do with your destination is to do with your life. It's to do with your destiny. And this is yet again it's going to clearly show you the power of those people that are meant to be in our life, who are meant to be part of our spiritual journey, people who we love and people who we emotionally are connected to. There is so much more to it, because these people are meant to be in our lives. They're meant to be part of our existence. They're meant to be part of our spiritual journey. It's just now you're going to be able to understand this, my gorgeous Libra, from a completely different angle, and this in itself is going to be absolutely amazing. Yet again, you're going to realize the power of those very special people in your life. It's not only about love, it's not only about feelings, it's not only about emotions, but it's a lot about what else they bring into our lives, what they remind us to pay attention to. And sometimes, these type of people are brutally honest with us, and sometimes, my babies, that's exactly what we need indeed. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the actual nutrition, you know that I will tell you what I say normally, the importance of taking natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system, and it's going to be perfect for your sensitive bones, alongside zinc picolinate, mind-blowing combination to boost your immune system that everybody needs, and it's also brilliant for skin, hair, and nails. And the third thing that I highly recommend you, it's organic chlorella, a superb supplement with the actual high in protein and omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's essential for our mood, for our mind, for our memory, concentration, for all these type of things. And it's also fantastic to detoxify our body from the dangerous metals. Now, my supplements are made by myself, and they are without any unnecessary ingredients, without any chemicals whatsoever, and they are suitable for vegetarians and vegans. And on top of that, down a half price sale. So to buy my vitamins, you can click on the name of this video and it's going to expand, or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is going to come up that way as well. And if you are on any medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP, because only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So here is vitamin D3. Hello. Here is zinc picolinate, all right, and here is organic chlorella. Okay, very, very important to take indeed. So now, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the very first, now I decided to also change my readings just a little bit. I am coming up with dates every now and then. If there is a very important date, I will say it. But to bring a bit more new energy, you know, into these readings, I decided to focus on the first part of July, mid part of July, and the last part of July. And the good new energy, it's always good, you know, because it re-energizes me. It will re-energize me, it will re-energize you. It's good for everybody, good for the world, baby. So now, when it comes to like the very first day of July, so of course that I have to start with a date already. So it's the very 1st of July. You will notice the energy, it's very vibrant. You will notice the energy, it's very different. On one hand, things are gonna seem like a dream, but then on another hand, you know, you are gonna feel extremely sharp within this dream as well. And also on the very, very 1st of July, something is really going to happen. You know, you are going to make this decision. You will see something, you will see someone, and what you're going to see is going to remind you of like, oh my God, I need to be quick, I need to be quick. You're going to have such a sense of urgency, where you're going to come across and what are you going to see, or who are you going to be watching, or who you're going to be looking at. What they're going to be doing, it's going to remind you of like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I need to hurry up, I need to hurry up. So this in itself, it's really going to contribute towards you understanding that there is a very specific decision that you need to hurry up with. Okay, so this in itself is going to really you know, make you to kind of make this a really quick decision, and this is that you wouldn't normally make. And this in itself, it's really important because it's going to help you at that moment in time. You will connect to your intuition, you will reconnect to your intuition again, and for this to happen right at the beginning of July, on the very 1st of July, it also signifies the fact that this in itself, it's going to really prepare you for like probably one of the biggest inspirations of your life, of your spiritual journey. So by you making this really quick decision, this is purely coming from you, from your intuition, and from you know, from this voice within, which is going to be guiding you. But of course that you will come across the situation which is going to start all this. This in itself, it's so important because in as little as already 18 days, within the next 18 days, within the next 18 days, you're already going to have such an important financial opportunity that is going to come from this. Because of this, within the next 18 days, you're already going to have this mind-blowing financial financial opportunity, which is going to be the direct result of this manifestation, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So within the next 18 days already, you will have a financial opportunity. This is so important. It's not only about financial, it is not only about financial opportunity, but it's more about an important and integral part of your own development, you know, of your ambition. It's to do with things that you desire, and it's also to do with the right things that you should be doing at this time of your life, at this time of your spiritual journey. It's like, oh my God. And also at around the beginning of this month as well, my gorgeous Libra, you know, a few days after that, you know, at the beginning of this month, you're also going to realize you're going to find yourself like really in a kind of like a deep thinking mode as well. It's going to be very heavy, the energy a little bit, which is going to require from you to sit down, chill out a little bit and just reflect. And then you're going to realize, do you know what, like I've lost my way a little bit, and what you have lost your way a little bit with as well. And this in itself, it's also, most importantly, it's not only about you realizing why and where have you lost your way a little bit. Most importantly, you will know why did that happen, because it's about a distraction, some kind of a distraction you're going to be reminded of. You will know some kind of distraction that you had within the last 7 months. Some kind of distraction that you had within the last 7 months. And it's more about knowing and realizing why. Because that in itself, it's really kind of so important when it comes to you getting into this really divine energy, powerful divine energy of your own alignment, you know. And so that is just that in itself, it's really going to highlight the importance of being happy internally, of your inner happiness. And it's also going to highlight some kind of idea that you had that to bring into your life in order to make your everyday life like more meaningful and more happy, more complete. That in itself, it's of course going to also remind you of somebody who betrayed you, and somebody who was like kind of deceptive, and somebody who kind of got away with something not really nice. But then again, at the same time, this is more about karma. You need to move on from this, because you know it's like karmically something happening between you and somebody else, like a quite while back, a long time ago, but you still didn't go over this. And I'm saying that this person was bastard, this person was horrible, this person was like some kind of a snaky snake, some kind of a liar. But this happened a long time ago, but you can't like allow this to prevent you from moving on in your life. So karmically, you are having your little spiritual awakening here, and the reason why you're suddenly going to be reminded of somebody who has done something nasty to you in your past a long time ago, well baby, there is a very important reason for you, and it's all down to you. It's all up to you whether you're going to accept this and move on. You just have to start thinking about it differently. Take this as a God's gift, not like a confusing moment, like why did I just remind myself of this blah 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 XYZ person? Why am I suddenly thinking about this person who was horrible to me? This is why you have to get yourself at that moment, you know. You have to catch yourself at that moment and try to reflect on it, and remember that there is a special reason for it. You're having a very, very powerful moment here, powerful opportunity to get rid of the karma that is still holding you down, that was confusing things for you. So it's just basically about being honest with yourself, accepting this and moving on. This in itself is so important in order for you to find your peace. Do you get me? So don't hold the grudges, because the grudges are not really good. That means that you're not allowing yourself to elevate, you know. And I know I said this so many times. For me, it's so easy to say like, oh, you know, God knows what this person has done to you, for example. And I'm not saying for you necessarily to forgive to that person, to forget necessarily, but just try to reflect on it in a different way. Just try to see this in a different light, from a different angle. And that's all you basically need in order to create this energy, which is going to help you to move on and find your own peace, because otherwise this is going to be affecting you. So you just need to kind of show to your spirit that you clearly understand that you kind of grew out of it. And also like some kind of a lesson over there. As long as you understand this lesson, this is also going to kind of elevate you at that moment in time as well. So this is why this is so important, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And what else I was going to recommend you, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this baby. Blue Tiger's Eye. You've probably seen me advertising this before. It's absolutely stunning. I highly suggest you to wear Blue Tiger's Eye throughout July, August, September, you know, and October, for example, because it's going to help you a lot to like kind of prevent the negative energy from coming closer to you. It's going to protect you from an evil eye. It's going to be brilliant when it comes to making decisions. It's brilliant to attract good luck. It's brilliant to attract the finances, and it's brilliant when it comes to bringing good luck, especially when it comes to career and the planning for our future. And on top of that, Blue Tiger's Eye is remarkable when it comes to our pineal gland. Our pineal gland, it helps a lot to activate it, and our pineal gland is probably one of the most important parts of our bodies that sadly they don't talk about. They don't talk enough, because it helps you a lot to reconnect and connect with your own spirituality. So you kind of go really deep, and you get so many answers about yourselves and about your life and about things that you're doing and about things that you want to do. And very often it helps you even more to kind of connect to your passion. So you're kind of doing things more freely when it comes to like investigating or exploring, where you would kind of stumble upon, or you would kind of stop, and then you would only slow yourself down your spiritual journey. So therefore it helps you quite a lot to come out of your comfort zone and do the right thing at the right time. This gorgeous Blue Tiger's Eye pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, my gorgeous Libra. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. When it comes to the mid part of July, you know, this is brilliant. I really like this so much. It is a lot about this great moment of you enjoying fruits of your labor. You know, you are going to have such a nice reward when it comes to the mid-July. And I like this so much, because this reward that you are going to have, it's going to make you feel really happy. It's going to make you feel really confident, but also it's going to lead towards the financial independence. But even more importantly, you will know this will highlight this reward that you are going to highlight. It's most importantly going to this reward that you are going to have, it's most importantly going to highlight some kind of a personal goal that you need to do for your inner alignment. And this personal goal that you are going to be, that is going to be highlighted, immediately you're gonna feel like, oh my God, I'm so scared, because it's also going to bring this fear of unknown. And this is what was slowing you down when it comes to that personal goal. Fear of unknown, a fear of change, you know, like you wanted to play it safe, you know, and you were always thinking like, oh, you didn't plan enough, you know. This is what it's actually going to be highlighted, because you felt restless and stressed about it for so long. But you know, what do you need to do? You know what do you need to do in order to bring high standards into your life, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So it's all about like understanding that for a while you're going to need to kind of work on some repetitive tasks, and you are going to like kind of keep going, maybe doing things that you don't want to do for a while. But then again, it's all part of this, you know. It's just going to make the wait so much better and so much more meaningful. Well, this is going to bring such a powerful self-respect into your life, you know, and it's going to bring so much confidence into your life as well. And when you felt like insecurity at the time when it comes to certain things that you shouldn't be insecure about, when it comes to you standing in front of an important door that you want to open, very often you will feel insecure. This is going to banish these things indeed, and it's ever so important, my gorgeous Libra. It's like, oh my goodness. And also at around the mid-months, there is a very very unusual dream that you are going to have, my gorgeous Libra. At around the mid-month, there is a very unusual dream that you are going to have, and this dream, it's going to reveal something to you, and you're going to realize, I've never ever had a dream like this before. I've never had such a clear dream. I've never had such a vivid dream. I've never had such a powerful dream. Everything is going to seem so vivid, almost like as if you're awake, honestly. But it's more about what this dream is going to reveal to you. This revelation, it's going to be mind-blowing. And first of all, it's not going to make sense. Absolutely not going to make sense. You're going to be looking at something. Everything is going to be crystal clear, but it's not going to make sense at all what this dream is all about whatsoever. And you're going to be looking at something or some kind of object, and you're going to be like, this is all weird, this is all bizarre. Only later, only after that dream, so from mid-July towards the end of July, you are going to come across this bizarre situation completely spontaneously. Something very strange, very unusual, it's going to happen to you, and they're going to be very unusual and strange people around at that moment in time. And suddenly you're gonna be like reminded of what you've dreamed, and it's all gonna start making sense, and there is gonna be a very like a clear clue for you what this dream was all about, and you are gonna become aware of some kind of aspect, something that you wanna kind of really explore. This in itself, it's also slowly but surely going to show you, my gorgeous Libra, the whole new world of possibilities and opportunities you didn't even know existed. And all this time, it was right around you. It was right in front of you. It's like, oh my God. And this is when things are going to start becoming very interesting, because this is all going to kind of lead towards you discovering a whole new passion in life. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It's nothing to do with age. You can be 100 years old, bless you, if you are. Congratulations. But you know, it doesn't matter how old you are. There are so many different aspects of our lives that we are going through at a different time. It is all about preparation, and it is all about karma, and it is all about our spiritual journey. We have to understand that we do need to live in the moment. Do not waste your day. Oh, Monday is just like that, Tuesday is just like that, Wednesday is just like that. You need to find something sacred in every single day. Everything is going to start making sense after this moment in time, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, like, my goodness. And also, when it comes to the last part of July, and before I go to the last part of July, my gorgeous Liberina, another thing I was going to recommend you, look at this baby, brand new pendant, Saginite. Saginite, it's absolutely mind-blowing, because this is the time when you're gonna be really spiritual, and what Saginite is going to do is just going to double things up for you. It helps you to gain better understanding during difficult situations, but it also helps you to spiritually, it helps a lot with the spiritual self-discovery and self-growth. Absolutely mind-blowing. This comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By the time you get to the last part of July, my gorgeous Libra, and now this is where things are going to become even more weird. I know this is going to sound really bizarre, and I know I've got lots of little plants and flowers around me, but you are going to notice a very unusual flower, very beautiful flower at around the end of July. This is really weird indeed, really strange, but this is your sign. This is your clear indication to pay attention to it. So wherever you're going to be, whatever you're gonna do, this flower, this particular flower, it's going to grab your attention. You're not gonna be able to notice this whatsoever. You're gonna be thinking how beautiful this flower is, how gorgeous this flower is, how stunning this flower is. You're also gonna think like, oh my God, how complex this flower is. Did somebody design this flower? How amazing this flower is. You're gonna go like full on, completely spiritual. But what I need you to understand also, as soon as you become aware of that flower, you know, it's all about, this is the time when your soul is actually going to align as well. And you need to understand that very shortly after you you see this flower, very, very shortly, you're gonna get hold of this crucial information. You're gonna get hold of this crucial information which is going to reveal some kind of a secret through somebody's body language. That in itself, it's really going to influence you, and it's going to kind of help you understand how to deal with a certain obstacle, how to have a control over a certain obstacle in your life. This is absolutely brilliant because, again, this is something like kind of divine. It's actually going to happen here. This is going to happen in such a divine way, where at the same time you are also going to have a very, very interesting realization, which is later on going to become like a really powerful idea as well. Like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the last part of July, what else I was going to say to you, you know, it's so important because you are really going to, you know what you need to understand. You need to detach yourself from something here. You're going to realize that something is still affecting you. Something is like kind of causing disharmony in your life. Something is making you feel like, you will realize what's causing disharmony, and you're going to realize what do you need to detach yourself from, because at the same time what you're going to realize is actually going to be really big, and it's also going to come through somebody. How you're going to realize this is through somebody who is in your life, somebody very close to you, somebody important to you, somebody very close to you. It's going to be brutally honest with you. They're going to tell you something which is going to first of all piss you off, like kind of it's going to make you feel angry, but then again it's only the truth. So it's going to be highlighted by somebody who knows you really well. And that's another thing about people who are meant to be in our lives, because they highlight things about ourselves that we forget about or we knowingly ignore because we don't like to think about certain things. So they help us to break the ice where the bastard is too thick, you know. So this is going to help you to really kind of, that person is going to open your eyes. So you're going to understand what you need to detach yourself from, because it's causing disharmony, it's causing imbalance. It's making you not to be honest with yourself, and most importantly, it's actually making you to have a fear of the specific commitment. All right, and that in itself, it's all stemming and it's all coming from some kind of a bad advice that you had from an absolute ages ago. So this is so important because you are actually going to snap out of this. Few days later, you are going to have a new idea, which is going to be the direct result of what was happening right now. And this new idea that you are going to have, it's like more about, you're going to become very, very curious about this new idea. And this new idea, it's going to be brilliant for two things. On one hand, you are actually, you're going to gain a self-discipline. This is so important. And then again, on another hand, this is also going to kind of like, kind of open your eyes towards how to deal with the people that are greedy, for example. And it's also going to like really kind of going to open your eyes, and in the future you will be able to protect yourself from greedy people, from dishonest people, because this is going to open your eyes and it's going to help you to see the bigger picture. And as soon as you see the bigger picture, this in itself, it's all crucial for you to understand that you have already overcome some kind of a challenge that you thought it's still going on. So you're going to realize that you're much further on your spiritual journey than you actually initially thought that you are. And that in itself, it's very, very shortly after that moment in time, it's going to bring a moment into your life which is going to make you to you're going to find yourself spontaneously somewhere that you did not plan whatsoever. And that in itself, it's so important because something very crazy is going to happen, and it's going to require from you to respond immediately. The way you're going to respond is going to be different. But then again, at the same time, this in itself, it's more about you learning something very specific about yourself and gaining even more information when it comes to you finding a new passion in a life and a sign, clear sign and direction to actually follow. So now my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to happen. Sorry. Oops, what is going to happen to those of you in relationships? You know, this is important. Don't make the same mistake again, guys. Don't make the same mistake again. It looks like you're going to be working on something so important and something has been terribly delayed. What has been delayed, it's going to make both of you feel a little bit frustrated, but it's going to be fine. This is like some kind of a challenge. Sorry, this is some kind of challenge you're going through. So you just have to be strong and not to make the same mistake again. And I say this because you are going to be expecting something to happen, something that means to you so much, and something is going to be delayed. And that in itself, it's really going to kind of make both of you a little bit angry and a little bit unhappy, and you are going to feel a little bit impulsive. But you need to understand that you must be patient, because by the end of the month, this is going to be sorted. You're already going to have a good news by the end of the month. Don't do something silly or don't do something stupid, because if you do, you're going to make the same mistake you made at some point before. This is going to be reminded. You would be reminded of some kind of mistake that you made before when you were rushing into something, and then later on you regret. So this is why you just have to be smart and you have to be clever, almost as if you two are waiting for someone, for the third person to kind of do something or finish something, some kind of work or some kind of a job, but something is going to go a little bit wrong. But you must be stay cool, you must ground yourself and recenter yourself, and don't make an impulsive mistake. Just hang on a little bit longer, and you will see that this is actually going to be resolved by the end of the month indeed. And otherwise you would make, as again, the same mistake. And I say the same mistake because you would do something impulsively, and then later on you would feel sorry, and that impulsive situation would remind you of something that you've already done, and it would be like, oh my god, didn't we learn from the past mistakes? So you just need to understand to be a little bit patient, my gorgeous Libra, and it's all going to be absolutely fine. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, it's like, oh my god, my gorgeous Libra, who is walking into your life? Who is walking into your life? Someone is about to walk into your life, and it's gonna be crazy. You are going to learn so much about yourself through this person, somebody absolutely out of this world in the best possible way. Listen to me very carefully. Don't get sad and don't get negative if that person doesn't walk into your life in July, because maybe you are just kind of like need to catch up a little bit. Maybe you need to catch up with certain things karmically and spiritually, and maybe your time is going to come in August, for example. But both of July and August are very specifically significant when it comes to like this, someone very beautiful walking into your life. And it's more about first of all, it's more about you having a conversation with this person, someone who you don't know, somebody you haven't met before, somebody who you are just going to meet and see for the first time. There is something going to be about that person that normally you wouldn't go for, but then again, the more you talk, the more you're going to be like, hello my baby, come and kissy kissy. No, I'm joking. The more you talk, the more attractive that person is going to become, which means that you are actually going to become you're going to be talking about something very specific, and you're going to be blown away what this person is going to be able to understand you, because on one hand, this person is almost going to feel official in so many different ways, like very powerful, very grounded, very solid, you know, very focused, very determined, very successful, very educated, like all these things. But maybe you did not realize how spiritual this person is going to be, you know. So this is something that is really going to surprise you, like their spirituality, like they're giving one energy when you're talking to them, when you see them, but completely different energy when you start talking to them. And it's more about that person being able to understand something very, very specific, something that lots of people can't understand. And this is something that it's actually going to turn you on. And it's not only about that. In general, you're going to be able to understand each other like, oh my god, so much, and you're gonna like this, you know. At the same same time, I'm telling you that you're gonna feel like you want to commit to that person immediately, and you're really gonna find yourself, you're gonna surprise yourself, like, how come you feel like that, so strong, like so intense, well, it's like there is a special reason for it, because this is someone who you kind of know from your past life, and this is a very deep and complex, and it's very difficult to explain, but this happens like once in a lifetime, when we in this lifetime when we meet somebody like this who is actually kind of reconnecting with us from their past lives. It's gonna be mental, and this is why you're gonna feel like you know this person but you don't know this person. Are you sure we didn't talk before? Are you sure we didn't see each other before? My God, this person is gonna make your life so interesting, my gorgeous Libra. And if that person doesn't make themselves known in July, it is most definitely going to be August. It's like, wow. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.